Python basics commands. So there are two types of comment. One is a single line comment and the other is a multi-line comment. Now we'll look into how to make a single line comment in the compiler. So here you can see that I've written a statement here. So now I wanted to make this statement as a comment. Now if I just run this, you can see that the compiler will show error because the compiler does not know that this piece of sentence is a line or sentence that is not a part of a code. Okay, in order to not get this error, we have to make this line as a comment. Okay, now in order to make this line, we have to add an hashtag or hash symbol in front of the sentence. You can see that the color has changed to yellow color. Now this line has been made as a comment. Now the interpreter will not interpret this line as a part of the code. You can run it and see, you'll not get an error. So this is how single line comments are made. Write any sentence, okay? Write any sentence and just place a hash symbol in front of the sentence to make it a comment. This is a single line comment. Now let's look into the multi-line comment. How can we make a multi-line comment in the compiler? So here you can see, unlike a single comment, here I've written something like a poem, okay, like a poem or a paragraph, which has different alignments from each of the sentence. Okay, I have something like this, and now what I'm doing is I'm just running the compiler. Now it will show you error because I told you if you're not commenting any of the sentences, then the interpreter will interpret this as a part of the code, and hence it will return the syntax error. Okay, now let's see how to make this. Here I can, if I add hash in front of the sentence, only this line will be commented, but I've written 4 to 5 lines, right? I've written 4 lines. Now I wanted the entire line to be as a comment. What to do? Now you have to use, for multi-line command, you have to use triple quotes. Okay, anything which you are giving inside a triple quote is considered as a multi-line comment. Okay, at the start of the paragraph and at the end of the paragraph you need to give this triple quotes or triple double quotes also you can give. Now if you run, it will not show you an error because now the compiler has interpreted this as a part, as a comment. Okay, so this is how you make a multi-line comment. Remember, you have to use, in order to make a multi-line comment, you have to use triple quotes in front and at the end of the sentence. If you wanted to make a single line comment, you have to use the word hash. Okay, you have to use a symbol hash in front of a sentence to make it as a single line comment. You have to enclose your paragraph inside of a triple quotes to make it as a multi-line comment. So now we saw about the two types of comments and how do you make a single line comment and how do you make a multi-line comment in a compiler. Now let's see why do we use comments? What is the use of comments? So comments in Python can be used to explain any program code. So if you write a code, you can you can specify what is the function of that code in front of that code by using a comment. Okay, so that people can read it and understand your program. It can also be used to hide the code as well. So let me explain this point to you. So now let's see that second point here. Say suppose I'm writing a program A is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20. Now I wanted to print a plus b and print b minus a. Now if I don't want this piece of code, okay, if I don't want the compiler to show me this piece of function, I don't want it, okay. I only want the addition function. Now instead of just deleting the entire code, what you can do is you can make this as a comment. So as I already told you, if you make this as a comment, this part will not be interpreted by the interpreter. Only 30 will be visible now. Okay, if you at any point of time you can just remove this, okay, you can just remove this comment to make it as a code. So this is what the second point states there. And the third point is that comments are the most helpful stuff of any program. It enables us to understand the way a program works. In Python, any statement written along with the hash symbol is also known as a command. The interpreter does not interpret the command. Command is not a part of a program, but it enhances the interactivity of the program and makes the program readable. Now consider this example. You're working in a project with a team, okay. Now you have to code a particular piece of code, and you have to pass it to the next uh, your colleague or the team member, to just continue it from there. Now whatever you have written, when you pass it to the next member, he or she might not be able to understand your code, because it's something which is written by you. Only you can understand what that is, okay. The other person will not be able to understand. So what you can do there is that, for every block of code which you're writing, you can add comments here and there, so that the other user can be uh, able to understand what you have written. So this is the use of comments. So the key points to note here is that the comments are of two types. One is the single line comment and the other is the multi-line comment. And comments enables us to understand the way a program works. It helps us to enhance the understandability of the code.